I just got a notification for it.
And it says
Nope.
it says we are live as of this moment. So
I've
let's.
got nothing.
Are you sure?
Now we've got to give it a sec. Give it a little bit.
Yeah, it could be the lag.
It's
Oh,
still,
we are.
It's still coming up with this is a bad fucking stream for some reason. Camera 2.
Yeah, just ignore that.
Okay, I'm going to ignore that. We are live. We are previewing this.
Apparently, we have two cameras.
I don't know how that
How did
works.
you-
What the fuck?
I don't know how you've set up two separate cameras. It's just the same stream.
Wait, what? Is there
Wait,
two
what?
streams going?
I think so. I think somehow it's set
Well,
up.
there's the older one
Scarce
that went
has the
down.
double upload trick, has the double stream apparently.
I'm only aware of the one.
If you look on the thing, if you hover over in the bottom right where you've got your settings and shit,
Oh,
you can switch
between
it.
it's not two streams, it's two cameras that you can access at any point. Huh.
But they're all the same bloody camera.
I bet Trig set that up with the intention of being able to switch the view that he was showing the audience as opposed to
I bet I set that up totally by accident somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened.
Oh, I thought you wanted to don't you think it was something to do with you wanting to be able to...
No, I was setting all that up in OBS. I'm not that good. I'm not quite sure how camera 2 has happened. I would ignore camera 2. And we'll deal with this because it doesn't seem to be letting me remove it, and at this point it's just really just look at Trig being a massive boomer and not being able to work technology, which is a little bit embarrassing.
Well, you are, adding a cool gimmick, I guess.
A cool gimmick, yes.
I can't think of any other stream that has two cameras of the exact same thing going on.
It's
No, the second
groundbreaking.
camera's different. The second camera's just his background.
What?
It's just the
Wait,
face,
really?
isn't it? It's yeah.
Oh, no, it's the same
No,
thing. Never mind.
It's
It's
exactly
yes.
the same.
No, if you click
It
on
is
it
exactly.
once, you see the Trigger Hippies Bakery
What I
image.
think you'll find
If
is
you click on it twice, you'll see the same camera.
what you'll find is camera 2. I think is a 1080p resolution that will have problems running. And the main camera is 720. Don't know how that happened. Not quite sure why.
This is gonna be
But
fucking incredible.
yeah, we get there slowly but surely. Yeah, just whatever. Right.
Right, on with the show.
Indeed.
Show must go on.
Indeed. I'm also playing around with the new microphone. I hope everyone appreciates the
The Yeti that is so blue.
yes, because I don't understand about these things, so I just bought the one that everybody else seems to be buying. I don't think for myself. NPC confirmed. Also, it looks kind of groovy. Anyway,
Yeah.
Digress.
yeah, we were going to do a quick roundup of the news and stuff, and we were going to do that last night, but we went on a little bit longer than we'd hoped with regards talking about Google's good censorship stuff, and then the moment we tried to talk about it, my computer started acting very strangely, and everything shut down, and I had to restart my computer basically.
It was all
in
very
the end.
convenient, wasn't it?
It was rather weird, but you know what? Rather weird is kind of where we're coming from, because there have been quite a lot of rather weird things going off in the news as of late. I mean, we can start off. I know, wasn't that was almost professional. Well, so.
It's about as professional setting up two cameras.
Yeah.
So exact same thing. I would say that's pretty professional. I like I said, I
In
don't
theory, but in practice, he's buggered it.
Oof.
look on the positive side of life.
Always
Alright.
look on the right. Yeah, always look on the the right side of life or whatever.
The bright side.
The bright side.
Right side of life. Close enough.
Right.
Shall we
So-
crack on?
Where do you want to start, Trig? Do you want to start with tinfoil hat theories? Do you want to
Let's
start?
The tinfoil hat theories. I think that's where we've got to start. But
Shall I start?
there have been a bunch of bizarre stuff going off, and really it kind of.
I said,
In theory, but in practice.
Hold on, let's just silence the stream going off in the background because I'm hearing myself in echo all of a sudden. That's driving me crazy. Right. Yeah, so where were we? Basically,
Where were we?
we've had some crazy stuff going on. First of all, this is not in order, because of being a boomer and I've gotten it properly. But essentially, I think everybody knows, as of last week, a journalist went missing in Turkey, and Mr. Khashoggi, I believe his name is Jamal Khashoggi, was a prominent and outspoken critic of the current Saudi regime's current war in Yemen. He had previously been known to actually advise the Saudi royal household on occasions in the past, and I believe in the distant past was actually an active freedom fighter in Afghanistan during the Afghan-Russian conflict, which is going way back into the distant past for a lot of you guys, but at one point Afghanistan was being invaded by Russia, and all you need to do is watch Rambo 3 for the full
Are you talking about the
full
Soviet
history.
invasion of Afghanistan?
The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, and you know, Rambo 3,
Where the
great.
Mujahideen were born.
Where the Mujahideen were, well, no, the Mujahideen have been around for a long time, but certainly they were going off there. And yes, if you ever Rambo 3, massively excellent documentary on the whole Afghanistan war and how one man armed with just one M60 can turn around the might of the Russian war machine with the help of
course.
the brave Mujahideen of the time. Well, basically, apparently Khashoggi, it seems, had a history in there, and he's been a journalist for the Washington Post and had been writing several stories. And last week he had been trying to divorce his wife and get papers to give him permission to marry the new love of his life. Very very romantic and so on. He was invited to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul on the 2nd of October to sign some papers.
Oh.
And that's the last anyone saw of him.
I see. So he went in. He was told to sign some papers. What were these papers?
These papers were to basically allow him to marry his new love of his life, who was sat in the van outside the consulate when he walked in. So he could divorce his previous wife and make a new life for himself with his beautiful wife to be. And he was never heard from again. The Saudis. Pardon, what?
Just commenting on how romantic.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a beautiful story that seems to have come to a significantly, dare I say it, dead end.
You really got him there, True.
Oof, I know. Yeah, no, it turns out that, well, Turkey are claiming that the Saudis have snatched him and killed him and tortured him. And I think they tortured him then killed him. I don't know if you can get much out of a already killed body if you torture it afterwards, but
Not with that attitude.
no. So they're claiming that
Around there they do that.
yeah, the Turks have claimed that, and the Saudis, shall we say, unsurprisingly, are saying, what? No, that's not how it happened. He walked in here, he signed the papers, and walked out. What are you talking about? And there have been videos stating that no, not as far as the video cameras that were placed outside the Saudi embassy are concerned. No, he doesn't seem to have left. I don't quite know why. There are so many cameras pointing at the Saudi embassy in Istanbul, but we're assuming it's to fight crime in that area and, you know, just make sure it's nice and safe for everyone. But there does seem to be a lot of video footage covering that area. There's all sorts of stuff there. There's planes arriving in the middle of the night. There's black fans and all sorts of other stuff. Video footage emerged. Stills of show images of what could be key to the disappearance. It's all stuff straight out of a James Bond novel or film.
Yeah, this poor guy, he just wanted to get married.
Yeah,
He didn't know he was going to be executed on the spot.
yeah. It seems a bit rough, and we can't say that he has or hasn't been executed on the spot because no one can find hide nor hair of him. He's disappeared.
Ben Shapiro's right. If you get married before having kids, you won't grow up poor.
You'll grow up dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a big lesson to be learned here is if you're actively in the process of pissing off the Saudi royal family, when the Saudi royal family ask you to go to a consulate of theirs, you don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I should be particularly cast aspersions. I really don't know all of the details on this, but it seems rather worrying.
I might have to cancel my trip to Istanbul in the new year.
I don't know. I mean,
holy
I
shit.
used to think Turkey was a bit iffy with regards reporters of late, but it's nice to see they are sticking up for the rights of reporters and so on to carry on in this instance. And yes,
To expose Saudis.
Yeah.
well, yeah, it does seem.
I mean, to be fair, this isn't the most principled stance. This is
Not really.
I guess there's nuance, I guess. But what I did notice that was in relationship to this that just happened just today actually is that there was an American pastor who was arrested in Turkey a couple of months back, has actually just been released, and so on. They'd accused him of being a spy or an adjunct provocateur or something.
Yeah.
And they've just found that he's clearly not guilty, and they've released him without charge. And now there's no reason for America to feel in any way, shape, or form antagonistic towards Turkey. Turkey are doing everything that America would possibly ask of them to be helpful, which seems rather well timed, considering they're now pointing a finger at an American ally and going, "Holy shit! You just cut that guy's head off." Yeah, and in fact, early on today, yeah, here it is. I thought I heard this that the Turkish government has actually, in one tweet I've seen here, claimed that it has audio and video recordings that prove he was murdered.
Okay.
They don't want to release that because it will kind of give away who's spying in the Saudi consulate for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some proper spy games going afoot here, and I think I don't know. It seems very interesting that at the present moment everyone seems to be, oh, look at how terrible Donald Trump is. Oh, look at this Kavanaugh thing. Isn't it awful? And oh, look, Kanye West is giving Donald Trump a bro hug. Meanwhile, we've got actual spy games afoot over in Turkey with regards to Saudi Arabia and all sorts of other things. It's one thing that caught my eye, but it's not just one thing at the moment, because we've had other things.
Well, it is a shame when when it's no longer news that someone was murdered in the Middle East.
Look, I just think, it's a journalist from the Washington Post. Not exactly a great loss. I reckon we can live without it.
Oh no, no, that's harsh. From what I've seen of his journalism, it seemed to be fairly sound. He wasn't an opinion piece writer. He wasn't one of these kill all white men type of nonsense. He was actually out there in the Middle East reporting.
Trying to do some good.
If the Saudis wanted him dead, there's probably something good about him. Or sectarian amongst them.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, yes. Yeah. There certainly seems to be some stuff there. And
Yeah.
so we've got spy games afoot going off essentially in Turkey. I'm not quite sure what's going off there. I have a suspicion that this is really horrifying, and Saudis have made an absolutely awful gaffe in what they've done, because they've set themselves up to be in quite a difficult position, and this has possibly exploded for them far more than they probably suspected.
Mm-hmm.
He must have known something that that they really didn't want getting out to put themselves at this.
I think he was just making a
did he do
nuisance
about
of
the
themselves. I think he was just making a nuisance of himself, and the Saudis totally misunderstood the reaction of the international press and the international community over the simple decapitation of a troublesome citizen, which you know.
Yes, I agree. Maybe he shouldn't have done it to an American writer, to a Washington Post writer, a US based.
It's certainly raised more ire than I think they were expecting on this one, and I think they made a catastrophic gaffe, to say the least. And
Put it lightly, yeah.
And yeah, I'm watching this one with biting my knuckles. Quite frankly, I don't want to see aircraft in the air over this sort of stuff. But yeah, we will have to see. But this is the thing: is that this is why I really wanted to say this, is because this is just one thing, and you usually see one or two things cracking off every now and then. That's a bit sort of iffy, a bit that smells like a James Bond movie. Well, in the last 2 weeks, we've had 3 or 4 stories like this all come to a head in the last 2 weeks, and very few people wanted to speak about it. So I wanted to, I had to open my gob, really.
I wonder why.
Well,
I'm not saying if I'm not back within a week, call the police. I'm just saying these stories aren't exactly
well, it's like China.
the safest to report.
I know. They're bleeding, terrified. China have just vanished. The head of Interpol.
Yeah.
Chief of Interpol. Meng Hongwei, I think his name is, if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly.
Something vaguely Chinese. Yeah,
he was a Chinese citizen. He was high up in the Communist Party. Started to work, after years of working in law enforcement, started to work for Interpol. And then went over to China. We're not quite sure why he went over to China, but
all of a sudden gone.
Thump, disappeared. And nobody knows bugger all about it. This is it. All he manages to say is that his wife received a phone message from him with an emoji of a knife. She interpreted the knife image to mean he's in danger. And that's about all we've heard from him. Interpol have asked for a statement as to, WTF, essentially. What the fuck is going off here? And no, there's just a lot of backstory, a lot of questions, but yeah, he disappeared.
He gone.
And there's a couple of Bloomberg pieces. There was a Washington. Was it Washington Post? That was New York Times. Sorry, New York Times did a piece on it, and even then, it's a short piece. No one. Here, after a 40-year policing and criminal justice career, Meng is also China's Deputy Minister for Public Security. His experience ranges from narcotics to counter-terrorism, according to Interpol's website. After being elected to the head of the Global Policing Agency in November 2016, he took a particular interest in cybercrime. His term was due to expire in 2020. And then he's just fucking vanished. That's it, gone. Poof! And nothing, no explanation. Weird shit. Weird shit going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, this the international
jury.
Everyone. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter who you are. You can be a simple journalist reporting on world events, or you can be the chief of Interpol. It doesn't look like anyone's safe.
Yeah, they will black bag you. It seems, which is
They can
Horrendous.
just disappear.
Like,
And
not a good sign.
Unpersoned.
and you get a quick couple of lines in a major newspaper and
Yeah.
and a re-election to fill the role that you've filled, and then that's it. You're gone. So okay, so that's a thing. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I want to comment anymore.
I think the article and what has actually happened speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It's just bonkers, and I thought I wanted to say something because nobody else seems to have said a damn word about these things. Whether it's out of fear, whether it's out of no one's got any information because nobody does. And this is after what was her name? Was it Fan Bingbing?
Fun Bing Bing.
Fan Bingbing.
Bing bing.
Oh yeah, you made a laugh, Craig. You did, but let me just bring up.
I imagine something horrific has happened to this poor lad.
This right, Fan Bing Bing. Can we see her on the screen yet? This is Fan Bing Bing. Oh, dare I click images on Google search? That usually just brings up vast amounts of pornography. But this is Fan. This is Fan Bing Bing.
Well, give me a sec. We'll catch up in a bit.
Oh, sorry, it's Fun Bing Bing.
Okay, fun. Sure. I appreciate that. She gone. She disappeared. She went over to China and yeah, she's there's been releases from somewhere, but essentially she was accused of tax fraud and poof, vanished. No one's seen her in there ever since, and apart from a quick sort of press release to say I'm terribly sorry, and yes, the statement sounded forced. I don't have it to hand.
Wait, hold on. I thought that. Wait, wasn't this in like text format?
Yes, it was a text.
Okay,
yes.
so
it was it was.
No evidence that it was actually her that did it is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, precisely. It does some. So if he shit concerning shit, and yeah, it sort of sets my spidey senses are tingling. And on top of that, then also. On more news with China, the Americans are arresting Chinese spies in Belgium and prosecuting them.
Yes, we I remember seeing this.
This is all happened in the last 2 weeks. This is like watching. This is like basically there's a drive-in cinema, there's a wall around it, and you're occasionally able to jump up and hang off the wall and catch 30 seconds of the show. It's like I'm looking at some sort of James Bond movie cracking off in the world, and it's right there in front of me. There's shit going off here, there's shit going off there, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I haven't seen anything stuff like as bonkers as this. For a while. This is a lot of activity like this all of a sudden, and they all fucking disappear out. It's like, oh, quick article, and then poof, gone, and really difficult to find anything following up it. No one follows up these stories. They briefly go out, and then they disappear. I mean, this guy was stealing trade secrets from GE. So he was GE, America's biggest, just about America's biggest company. They make jet engines, they make light bulbs, and they make just about everything in between. GE is a colossal company, and GE Aviation, yeah, they're supplying commercial and military jet engines and aviation equipment to the world. So that's not totally surprising that China are trying to steal aviation secrets. It's that they're fairly active on the intelligence gathering side of things, but yeah, again, more spy games all happening at the same freaking time, and this guy's looking at 15 years for conspiracy to commit espionage.
Yeah, well, that's just it. The amount of activity has to suggest towards something.
Well,
I mean, it makes you wonder if this is what's going on, and the only major stories are in U.S. politics, at least, with Kavanaugh and Kanye West.
Yeah.
You remember the Syria, I say conflict, the chemical weapons attack.
Mm.
Who knows what was happening behind the scenes of that? I mean, I kind of looked into that at the time, and I came to the conclusion that it was a weapons test.
Right.
Ooh, possibly.
But
It
I wasn't looking at who had been captured, what spies had been taken, anything like that.
Yeah.
So
it's a bloody scary world, and I don't know. Part of me sort of feels like it's almost something you don't want to look too hard into in case you actually find out the truth, and then suddenly you've got a nice red polka dot shirt on, except there's only one dot, etc.
You suddenly become Indian.
and it's on your forehead.
Yeah. You've all of a sudden turned Hindu. Very briefly.
Very briefly before it all goes black.
Oh,
And
so.
once you go black, you never go back.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Oof.
Oofus.
Shall
Never
we?
thought of it in that way.
Yeah. Shall we? Because that.
I mean, I guess they do have a tendency of murdering you.
So that's what. So we've got reports of disappearing in Istanbul. We've got 2 people disappearing in China. We've got a Chinese spy disappearing in Belgium. And
So Trick, I don't know whether you have this up, but what's going on in the US? Has any I don't know.
Anything occurred?
I wasn't going to go there just yet because we're just sort of rounding it. We'll get to the US in a moment because there was some.
Stand on the high
You
note.
know what? Even the EU appears to have stuff going off that's a bit iffy.
Ooh. You don't say. It's another day in the world then,
Another day in the world, indeed, because
where the EU's acting like absolute knobs.
well, we don't know, and that, I'm not gonna sort of make aspersions at anyone or anything here.
Sure.
But there was a TV journalist, Victoria Marinova, has unfortunately she's been killed. She was raped and killed.
Raped and murdered.
She was midway through an investigation into EU corruption.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she dead.
And this was totally an isolated incident.
What? I don't know. I as I said, all I'm saying is bodies turning up and people dropping dead far too often under very iffy circumstances. I don't like to sort of point my finger, and I know I've got an Alex Jones approved tinfoil hat on at the present moment. This isn't just a single wrapping. I've made sure this is 3 layers thick, this tinfoil hat, because I'm really going for the spy shit here at this point in time. But there's some fucking iffy stuff
If you don't
going
tell them
on.
how much tinfoil you have, then they can calibrate.
You're right. I will go and add or remove some in a
Roll
moment.
a d20 to determine how many layers.
It's a good idea. I have a couple of those handy,
Roll a d20.
So yeah, and then as you mentioned, Stasi, there's something weird's been going off in America as well.
A lot of shit's been going off in America.
Yeah. So what we've ended up with 3 people have just disappeared.
Disappeared / dropped dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 has dropped dead. So what's going on over in America?
Yeah, let's go to
the body count's already 4. It can't get much higher, right?
Yeah, let's go over to the nice, wondrous side of the world, to the land of the free and opportunity.
Where was it?
America.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love your country once you see this coat rack.
I
You'll
assume
be
he
head over
already
heels.
knows about it, surely.
I don't know whether you do, correct.
Well,
You know the
we'll
incident
certainly
we're
find
talking
out
about?
now.
Not sure what you're talking about.
Well,
it's
it
possible
seems
it's something I haven't been aware of yet.
it seems that there's been a recent accident in America, car accident, Terrible, terrible,
Oh,
tragic,
that's very
tragic
specific.
car accident regards a limousine.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like there's been, sort of, what was it, like 20 or so people have died in this car accident. I'm sorry, difficulty finding where I posted it
Jesus.
earlier. Well, what can I say? You guys have added so much crap to the general channels. It's difficult to track.
Yeah, sorry. that would be
Why
mainly
you get
me.
stuff organized?
I can find it. Give me one sec. It was in
Here we go.
the main. Yeah. Right. But did you say 20? A full 20 people died? Christ, that's quite a lot. So what? It was this limousine. It must have been one of those extra stretch, that could fit like maybe 20, 25 people in, and it must have hit, I don't know, a pedestrian or something, or it hit a brick wall or something. It must be really severe.
Must be some very colossal incident.
Yeah, but it must have completely flattened itself out.
It must completely destroyed the area.
Right.
Oh, spicy things inbound.
I'm just gonna wait for Trig to get it all up.
Yeah.
Don't say that again, boy.
Oh.
Do you want me to give you the CBS news?
I've got a Washington Post one here. I've got a whole bunch actually that I'm putting together from this Twitter source, because there's a guy, he's definitely got his tinfoil hat on as well. That has put some stuff together, but we have what it seems to be a very, very tragic incident where a whole bunch of people have died in a limousine. Now, on further investigation of this, the limousine in question, we have odd photographs of what seems to be collateral damage, but we've got a piece of twisted metal there that looks like that's been out in the weather rusting for a while. We've got a wheel that's embedded in dirt that looks like that's been buried in that dirt for a while. I don't think that looks like a freshly bounced into that area kind of bit of debris.
Nope. That looks like,
Post
if
it
anything, it's
tables.
been placed there.
It looks like it'd been sort of buried there. It was iffy. Yeah, actually, have you got a better link for me? Because for a start, the Washington Post keeps on burying me under a bloody paywall, and
I was hoping to find the video, the CBS, and you will see the images.
No, hold on. To be fair, they do have to. They do have to raise some funds for the severance package.
Hold on, just 1 second. Right, where's the video? Is that supposed to be it?
Who knows?
Right, there's the link. You'll have to use the top bit. I'll send it directly to you.
Where have you put? Oh, you put.
I sent. Yep.
20 killed in horrific limousine crash.
And
this is
just go through that
20.
top bit of the video, because 20 is a very specific number.
This weekend in upstate New York ended in tragedy.
And
It
then
happened
you'll
in the
wanna
rolling
just a
hills of
lot
apple
for a-
orchards
you
and
wanna
vineyards near the state's
skip
capital,
to about
Albany.
40 seconds
An
in,
SUV
where it shows
limousine
an
plowed
image of
through
the
an
limousine in.
No one. Car in New York.
Fire trucks.
It happened
In the
about 30
ditch.
miles west of a limousine crash, killed 20.
There we go. There's the limousine. Now,
Horrific.
no, that limousine is actually in pretty good shape considering it went off the road at 60 miles an hour.
I know that image isn't great, but one of the things you'll notice is all the windows are done up except the front driver's window and the car door window.
Yeah, no, that would suggest to me that, see, the thing is, when you're in an impact, when you're in a car crash, and the chassis takes damage and it twists, that it puts an awful lot of stress and strain on the windows, and you get an awful lot of the windows tend to just go and just explode. The windows seem to be in place there, but the thing I've seen from this is from what I've looked at, and I'm no crash investigator, I'm no expert on this subject, I'm not claiming to be, but I've seen a couple of car crashes, and fortunately for me, I've been in one at 30 miles and no faster, and that one was nasty enough.
People.
But
Brady Finnegan lives nearby.
First responders
Even
broke
that
some
one had more
windows
damage.
to try to get
One thing I've
people
actually
out.
noticed is this
And I
video
believe the
on this
George
CBS
wife-
article, which is the same one I looked at before.
Mhm.
They've changed the video.
They've
This is
changed the
actually
video.
a completely different video because they actually have a guy at the end explaining exactly how this car crash happened. Whereas before they had interviewed one of the ladies who supposedly lost 4 of her nieces, of which
Right.
they gave 2 names, and the photo they showed of the lady with her 4 nieces had her face blurred out.
Yes. That could be for all manner of reasons. Some people don't
Yeah.
want to be,
I understand, but they didn't blur out her face during the interview.
interesting.
Incredible.
Certainly
well, no, her
inconsistent.
face in that picture could be used to identify exactly that picture. So it's
It does.
well, it tends to be they kind of don't reveal certain information until families know and stuff like that.
Sure, but if they've got
Yes,
got her blurred
but-
for one and not blurred for another picture, that's what I'm saying. It's an
Well,
inconsistency.
no,
It's-
no, my point is that her, having it blurred out in the picture with the girls who are actually supposed to be hidden.
No, the
That-
girls weren't hidden. The girls didn't have their faces blurred.
No.
Only the woman who they were
Oh.
interviewing had her face blurred.
Oh, okay. Sorry, misunderstood you. Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah.
The essential. Sorry, go on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 'cause
The other thing was that on the crime scene, or I say crime scene, but at the site of the crash, there were 3 different types of tires,
Mhm.
3 different wheels, none of which appear to be related to the limousine itself.
Yes, which
because
seems to
they
have its
don't
own
appear to
wheels
be
still
big enough.
attached. Yes.
Yes. So yes, this is extremely shady. I actually looked into this
Slim
quite a bit.
It had me smelling a rat with this when I looked at it briefly last night. That there's something fishy afoot with regards this particular story. I don't know. I don't know what's going off here. I do know that according to a number of sources, the chap that owns the company was an FBI super informant, as they're claiming here. Sahar Hussein, and that he had been involved with the FBI with regards giving evidence as towards terrorist things that were going off, and that perhaps that's how he had started his business, and then proceeded to run a pretty shonky business. I don't know. I don't know a lot of things about this, but this is another weird one. If I were to go full Alex Jones on this, I would be declaring that there was something iffy here. We don't. Do we know we've claimed 20 bodies. We've claimed 20 people were killed. We've only
Yes.
had
Yeah.
2 names given. There's so many.
I
Maybe it's
believe
just
more
too
names. More names have been given since the incident, but at the time, the reluctancy to give names as well. Another thing is, when you look at the size of the car, and the type of car it is, it looks like it can sustain about 10 to 15 people.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way, because apparently it hit two witnesses that were there, 2 people who might have been able to corroborate that the crash happened, were also killed in this supposed car crash.
Yes. The only
And
people
there were
that
18. Yeah, there were 18 people inside the car, inside this limousine.
No, I haven't watched
I
this
think
video.
it's highly doubtful that you could have 18 people in that limo and then have all of them die because of this crash.
Well, I don't know. I actually think it is, because here we go. There's a video here of a crash test done on a on a stretch limo.
2 of the dummies will be sitting on the forward-facing seat, with 1 on the rear-facing seat. And of course, to replicate real life, none of them will be wearing seatbelts. This will be a 50-mile-an-hour impact, as if the limo had come a cropper on a motorway and hit a bridge support head-on. All we know is that this will be a very big bang. 50 miles an hour, not 60.
Here we go. Here we go.
Only 10 miles per
Here we go. Oh my word!
$50 miles an hour. Now, yeah, okay, he's running into a full stop there. And there's a lot of structural damage there.
Okay, yes, but that's not structural damage we saw on the limousine.
No.
Suggested.
No. Wheels stayed attached, though, at the back there, so we're not seeing flying off wheels or anything. Although the wheels at the front have been buried into the driver's side. It's definitely a bit of a mess. Well, let's have a look at that from another angle. Oh, bless their hearts.
Yeah, no.
Wouldn't want to be in there, though.
If I remember looking through the images that they gave of the limo, it appeared as if 3 of the wheels were attached. You couldn't really see whether the 4th wheel was, which would have been the front left wheel. But again, none of the other wheels at the site appear to match up with the wheels of the limo.
I mean, if it hit a vehicle as it was sliding into this sort of ditch that it would have had damage done to its front right hand side. Which, well,
supposedly it hit a vehicle before it went into the ditch, right?
So it went into the ditch before it hit the vehicle. Yeah, it hit the vehicle before it went into the ditch.
Another thing was there was no excess vehicle damage, like a stray bumper or any stray car parts on the road.
Yeah, I'm seeing from this angle of the vehicle, I'm seeing no damage down the side of it, which would be indicative of a scrape. The vehicle on its way through, especially not one that I mean, if I wouldn't, I need to see the front end of this vehicle.
Yeah,
it doesn't. The configuration of it, the way it's positioned in the ditch there, doesn't gel. Was it turning right or turning left there? All the diagrams I've seen showed it turning left, but from the looks of it there, the back end is to the left-hand side, the front end is to the right-hand side, which would have meant
would indicate it turned right. Yeah, you're right.
Or the front end caught and the whole back end swung right the way round. Is also a possibility, but you'd see arcing on the roads from the tyres, denoting that you don't. The arcs on the road on the tyres are all sweeping from the right to the left, as if people were turning left at that junction. It's I don't know. I don't know. I'm no expert in these fields, but there's some fucking iffy shit going off in the world right now.
Yes. Yeah, there is. Yeah. But like I said, there's no excess car damage on the road. I don't know whether that was just cleaned up afterward. That's entirely possible. They haven't shown the other vehicle that was hit.
No.
But how do you explain on this specific junction how 2 people were stood there, that the the car, the stationary car was there, and how this 60 miles per hour limo managed to hit all of that and then drive into this ditch, taking a right turn on this left turn junction.
It's iffy. It's proper tinfoil hat territory. I will be chasing after the bleeding Illuminati at this rate, guys.
Yeah, I know. It's this limo crash. I think is definitely rigged. With the other stuff, I think there might be margin of error. There might have been that Interpol guy might have, I don't know, shot a Chinese police officer or something.
There's something
That journalist might have threatened someone.
Something is weird in the state of Denmark. It's some creepy shit. So yeah. Meanwhile, on a lighter note, Kanye West was giving Donald Trump a bro hug.
Yeah.
And everyone's having a meltdown about it. I don't know. Have you guys watched it?
No.
I haven't watched any of it, but it
no,
sounds
actually,
fucking
I haven't.
entertaining.
You know what? I actually think I've got a copy of the video. It was. You know, I can't help smiling whenever I see this shit that Kanye keeps doing. It's.
That's because Kanye is an absolute mad lad.
Yeah.
He has no restrictions on anything he does. It's great.
Yeah, it's.
Best way to troll the libtards.
No filter.
Owning the libs to own the libs is kind of awesome. See if it still works.
Anyway, I'll take this moment to just go for a piss quick. I'll be back.
Thank you for sharing. Yes, cool.
No, I'll stick around. I'm just going for a piss. Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, he's bringing us with him. All right,
Yeah.
guys, let's get ready.
Lovely.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Is this gonna work? Is it gonna work?
And these are two friends.
I've got the... Oh, this as a Periscope I caught. I don't know whose Periscope it was. It was Red Voice. Because some of it is a bit, I will be honest. But there's just some bits that you just have to say is just amazing.
Of mine, and Kanye's been a friend of mine for a long time. And Jim came out of. I like what the president's doing. A long time ago, we met, right? And I just appreciate it very much. And you know, if you look at the employment numbers, if you look at the median income, if you look at every single indicator, we're keeping our promise, Jim. Thank you. And I want to thank you.
God damn it.
To be with you. And these are two friends of mine, and Kanye's been a friend of mine for a long time. And Jim came out of nowhere, and he said, I like what the president's doing. A long time ago, we met, right? And I just appreciate it very much. And
Isn't going to work
you know,
on
if
me.
you look at the employment numbers, if you look at the
I can't
median
jump ahead
income, if
because
you look at every single indicator, we're keeping our promise.
Damn it. This isn't going to work. Can I jump to specific moments? Because for some reason, whoever has done it has left the Periscope running for 3,000 hours or whatever. He's just basically left it running since, and it's as a result, trying to thumb through 10 minutes is a bit of a failure. But you know what? Either way, it was Kanye rambling, and I'd suggest anyone who has a watch of the full thing, because it was quite hilarious. I especially liked Kanye's bit about time being you only have the now. Very inspirational way of looking at this stuff. But yeah, that's it. This is the fluff that people are watching. The real news is going off.
Yeah.
And
Is all I can respond.
Yeah.
Big
Fucking
yeah.
People fucking DMing me. Who the fuck?
Imagine people DM.
I know. That's Super chats, bitches. Not that I have them enabled.
Super chat. Don't even talk to me if you're going to super chat.
Yeah, if it's not worth a fiver, it's not worth saying.
What are
Pay
we?
me a
The
fiver to talk. I won't accept anything other than money. £5 at a minimum for just a sentence.
So yeah, no. Unfortunately, that video that video clip is it's Periscope. It's not working for me. Bit of a downer. The only other thing I wanted to briefly mention is the Dark Lord himself has been meeting another Dark Lord himself, Sargon of Akkad, that man who wouldn't even rape anyone.
Yeah.
Has met Darth Bannon himself. So that's it. The internet is over. This is it. This is proto boomer meets Gen X boomer to create a new and booming future for us all.
You to be in that room as well.
That would be nice. I think we could definitely have a good whiskey and a cigar and generally mull over the problems of the world. And then they'd look at me and go, "Oh my God, you can't do that."
Why just say it like that?
I don't know. Oh my God. Oh my God! Would you prefer? Oh my God! I don't think Sargon or Bannon would say it like that though.
That was like Alex Jones' impression of like Goblin from that fucking clip. That was literally.
The bot readings.
The bot. That killed me. That guy. Who is it? His name? What's his name again?
Fucking Steve or something.
I followed him last night. He needs.
I kind of need to read out the lawyer one that he did because
Keaton Patty.
That was some utter legendary.
He is something. Like you look at his thread, and I'm not even sure if he's real or a bot.
It was something else. Here is this the one, the lawyer one? I'm gonna have to read this out.
Let's finish off the stream with the live reading of.
Should we do that? Should we?
Yeah, let's do it. Maybe we take it one at a time.
Okay, okay. As I mentioned, Steve Bannon and Sargon. Yeah, they had a talk. It was about an hour. It's worth a watch. It was quite interesting. Steve Bannon seems like an interesting guy. He seems to talk for the little guy. And I wouldn't say I'm totally throwing my hat in, but I don't throw my hat in with anybody in particular. But yeah, no, it was a good talk, and I would, I'll even put a link in the description to help give Sargon's channel a bit of a boost.
He's such a generous chap.
He seems like a nice guy. I think he could do with an extra sub or two. I'll see if we can help him out there.
Throw him a few bucks on Patreon. He's got, he's an up and comer. He's got potential.
You know what? I doubt you guys, to be honest. I don't think he's going to make it very far.
You sure?
You know what? We were having a chat with people. Yeah, I don't know.
He's dead in the water.
He's dead.
You know what? What do you think he's going to try and make a career out of political activism?
I think he has the passion within him. Though his projects in the past, like a game being, not failing to get a game kickstarted, that was brush it under the rug. That was a low point.
He did that.
Yeah. What was it meant to be called again? Was it Crypt something?
It was something necromancy.
Necromancy, that was it. Yeah.
Whatever. Which he's going to have difficulty with that name right away. Yeah.
He owes a lot of people a lot of money for that. That just happened.
No. I think like it was a couple of years later. Anyway, people were harassing him over it, so he finally offered refunds or whatever.
Yeah,
that's the story I've heard. I'm not confirming that.
It's not much of a big deal. I think the great Sargon can handle it. What we were talking about, this Patty guy, Keaton Patty.
Yeah.
Keaton Patty,
run to
Oh.
praise him. What he does is he will force a bot to watch 1,000 hours of something, and then that bot will spit out a scene more or less from whatever that. Usually 2 Twitter photos long. And now we're going to read some.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best ones.
Because I think really the best ones. Am I right in thinking the best ones were the lawyer ones and the Alex Jones ones?
Lawyer Alex Jones. There's one about Trump that I've got up right now, like a Trump rally.
Oh, ooh, that could be good.
I could read to that one.
Okay.
Done with.
Okay, well I've got the lawyer one, the lawyer commercial.
Yeah, do the lawyer one.
Because this one is
those things you're talking about.
This is like an anime Japanese advert come to life in text form. It's bonkers. It's great. I've put the text up in the stream, so I will just transition that across there so we can see it. Right. In law firm room, a lawyer stands next to a shelf with books. The books are very wide. They've eaten too many words. Lawyer, have you been hurt in an accidental car? Has the government sold your lungs without asking nicely? Are you mesothelioma, Mom? Answer me. The lawyer opens a briefcase. It's full of lemons. The justice fruit only lawyers may touch. If so, you can act entitled for money. I'll help. I graduated from law school, and all my teachers were bitten by dogs. Words scroll across the bottom of the screen. These are cases the lawyer takes. Unfair stabbing. Illegal shoes. Music to Canadian. Sue the rain. Divorce your toilet. Fake sons.
I won't lie, I've had an unfair stabbing in my time. I've had 1 or 2 of those.
Wait, it carries on.
I was down the pub. You know what? We were having our fair, equal stabbings, and this dude, he unfairly stabbed me.
Well, in that case, I have been a lawyer for over 35 weekends, and I'm currently dating the Bill of Rights. For fun. We see the Bill of Rights. It's in love. The lawyer will break its heart. There's nothing we can do. Let me use it to send your asbestos to court. I will wear 2 suits, and I promise to steal the judge's gavel for you. The lawyer opens up his jacket with his first suit. Millions of gavels pour out. His promise has worth. My clients never go to jail town. We see his past clients. A tornado. A tornado. A tornado. Remember, you don't pay any money unless you pay us money. Call for free use of phone. The phone digits appear. It's your social security number.
Millions of gallons all out.
Keaton, Patty, this is genius. I think all lawyer adverts should be this advert.
Yeah, we need to. Something that needs to be done is at some point. I don't know if we could do this or someone can. We need to legit act these out. I think even on this.
I just think the phrase "you don't pay any money unless you pay us money" is something all law firms.
Like sometimes in these, it does touch upon a grain of truth. So real. Like what's
It's the justice fruit. It's the briefcase. It's full of lemons. The justice fruit only lawyers may touch. Fucking what? Where? How? That is the most random shit ever. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
right.
so fucking good.
Now we have the Trump rally one that I've got in front of me.
Go on.
Oh.
Big Arby's in South Wyomkana. President Trump forced himself on a podium. I just had a phone call with the economy. Jobs poured out of the phone. Great jobs, tall jobs, Steve Jobs, all at Kinko's. The crowd cheers. It's full of real Americans. Man with hard hat. Man with harder hat. Gun that is alive. President Trump continued. The United States is doing so good. Other countries are on fire. Look at the people on fire. Have fire too. Not us. Our flag is so beautiful. President Trump salutes. A flag that says, Arby's food is fine to eat. The crowd howls. They love this American flag. I signed a bill. No more swamp. Swamp gone. Swamp is in Mexico now. It's on fire. Great deal for us. The crowd chants, 4 more swamps. 4 more swamps. Continued. Foreign powers cheat us. Canada steals our milk. China steals our milk. We only had 1 glass of milk left. Obama drank it. Not fair. Crowd boos. They wanted that milk. But like President Ronald Reagan, I will bring back that milk. Crowd roars. They still want that milk. All wall of milk. No criminals get through. Democrats want criminals to have the milk. No way. Milk comes from coal. We'll dig it up. All of the words are mispronounced. The crowd cheers. They hate pronunciations. They love milk. They start digging.
I love them.
These are great.
I think the bot got stuck on milk somewhere.
Oh, it did. Yeah, the milk.
Yeah, like second half, it is all about milk. First half is all about Arby's. Second half is all about milk.
Have you seen the Alex Jones one?
Oh yeah, get that red.
Okay.
I'll
well,
search for another one.
Deep breath. Alex Jones crazies at his desk. He's full of rage and ham. What happened to teeth? I haven't seen a tooth in 10 years. Bernie Sanders gave them all to a bird. Alex screams at himself, and then he screams back at himself. Hillary Clinton is Monica Lewinsky. Same girl. She's a demon from outer space. I gave her the sun pornography, and now they have global warming, and all my sweat is taxed like saliva. Alex Jones turns the color of ketchup because of all the ketchup he drinks. The Constitution was written by gay space ghosts, and that means America is technically pissing me off. Alex takes a sip from his mug. It's full of certs. We're being invaded by Jewish walruses in SeaWorld and won't even give me a coupon. Alex holds out his hands. There's no SeaWorld coupon. That's not you on your grass. It's cyber poison. Paul Rand downloads it onto our lawns. Don't kiss it. It turns your bones North Korean. Alex dunks his head in a vat of eels. He pulls his head out. He's fine. The eels don't want him. They want the teeth. Bernie gave the bird. We all want the teeth. Give them, bird. The only vaccine is eating a Bible. Medicine is Satan's Pepsi, and I'm a Coca-Cola man. Coca-Cola man, good God. Alex punches a hole in his desk. I care is his new enemy. Oh, damn. I'm trying to talk like Alex Jones hurts your throat.
At times it sounded like, what's his face? Oh, fuck. I forgot me that.
What the fuck?
The only vaccine is eating a Bible. Medicine is Satan's Pepsi, and I'm a Coca-Cola man. That's a fucking line and a half. I'm a Coca-Cola man. Damn fucking God damn it. This is a bot writing this genius.
It's absolutely awful. So, next one we have is the White House press brief. This is going to be good. The Whitest House. Sarah Huckabee Sanders angers her way up to the podium. Good afternoon. Couple of announcements. I don't actually wish you a good afternoon. And the president hates you all. Questions? Journalists raise their hands. There will be no answers. Journalists still raise their hands. It's all they know. Fine. But make the questions good or I'll explode into spiders. Journalist 1. Is the president downloading Russian spies into his son? 2 things. 1. If Russia is real, show me on this map, new pig. Sarah holds up a map of Hogwarts, the Wizard Day Camp. Sarah continued. You can't, because it's not real. And 2. The president does not exist. Next question. Are you still building a wall? I will have a wall built with your question and your bones. Every day you try to slay me, I get death threats. They feed me. A threat is a meal. I eat meals for meals. 3 meals a day, 10 times a day. Why do you hold that glowing skull? Sarah does not answer. The skull glows brighter.
That's kind of genius. I Sarah Huckabee Sanders gets a lot of shit. She's
That
clearly...
first half, like when it says journalists still raise their hands, it's all they know. It's stuff like that that's so subtle yet so true. Like it's so striking. It's touched upon a grain of truth so strong.
It's yeah, I don't know how
Hogwarts the Wizard Day Camp.
See, there's part of it that makes me go, right, some of it has to be written, but other parts of it, it's
like
it's
it just
so random, it
sounds
has
so
to be a bot.
bonkers. Like when it says, I eat meals for meals, 3 meals a day, 10 times a day. That doesn't make sense even if you try to write it.
Yeah, but you know what? These bots are actually getting quite sophisticated now.
Yeah.
remember that Peter Boghossian, Helen Pluckrose, and James. Oh God, what was the other guy's name? James somebody or other that did the bogus feminist papers we were talking about.
Oh, you talked about them, yeah.
Yeah, one of those was a bot where they actually used a teenage angst bot, and you basically just cleaned up the edges of it, and it was immediately accepted.
It hadn't been published yet, but it was accepted. Yeah, I remember.
So
I didn't know that one of them was a bot.
Yeah, no, they used a bot to produce a piece of angsty poetry that was basically men are horrible and evil, and I'm an angsty teen, and yeah, no, it was
That's amazing. Oh, but yeah, this ball, it gets put. I don't know.
You're cutting out a little bit.
We're losing you there, dude.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, this bot gets put through the ringer, and it's all fucking amazing.
Yeah,
all of it. It's amazing. Like, there's a bunch more on there that I've scrolled past that I really like. There was one for, what was it, the X-Files.
Oh, the X-Files one's pretty good.
It's fucking genius.
Yeah,
and one for Friends. That was also pretty good.
There go. Let's not read out the guy's total content before he comes after us. And
I'm not
wanting all the shekels we're earning.
Those are notable
you
ones.
know, the millions we're earning per second on all these fat YouTube bucks from our 8 subscribers we've got now? That's
13.
13.
Many.
13? 13?
Crikey.
But there's only usually like 4 or 5 of
used to
us.
have 17.
What? Wait, did we?
No, my channel used to have 17. That was my record.
Cool. Well done. Nice.
Did you ever upload at all?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it went down to 12.
That's a shame.
I'm pretty sure I've got like 5.
When I had my channel, I was like at
one of them.
150. I got up to. Then I stopped making things, and now the channel doesn't exist.
All right, everyone.
Excellent.
Because it was all shit. Salute
Fucking
bollocks.
kill me.
What?
Just fucking end me.
I intend
Right,
to.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? Any?
I don't know. I think
noteworthy.
I think at this point I've had a bit of a rant. I've scared myself silly with the fact that if I say much more, there'll be fucking private security agencies and government agencies from various governments going, he knows too much. Shut him down.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, we went through the entire stream. Not just one stream, but technically 2. We've had 2 running this entire time.
Yeah.
2 streams.
Not to bully you.
Your fault, Stazzy.
Both of them are up.
You literally just went, let's move on to the end. And you're like, but there's one more timestamp before then. Let's go to there. And we're there for the entire bloody night.
No. What? How dare you?
How dare I? That's not what happened.
The Sargon thing, yeah.
That's what I'm saying about the Sargon thing. That's what I'm on.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we are still live at the present moment whilst we're bitching like a bunch of fags.
Give out at Stasi.
Yeah, that's it.
You, Craig.
Fuck you, Stasi.
No, fuck you, Craig.
No, fuck you, Stasi.
No, fuck you, Craig.
No, fuck you, Stasi.
Oi,
fuck you.
Oi, Fags, right.
They know blood sports here.
I don't know what to say. Yeah. I was just going to say, have you seen the latest Jonathan Pye free speech rant he's done? It's great.
No, but I imagine it's good.
It's absolutely bang on point. He mentions he's basically laughing at Graham Lyon for getting caught with his own hate speech law, and has a good old rant and raises a number of issues that I know is all very dear to our hearts. So anyone that watches this and doesn't know of Jonathan Pye, clearly another big up for a struggling little guy who's
smaller channels, a channel of ours, go help them out.
He's only got 400,000 subscribers. I think he needs more. I think we could go over there, subscribe, like, smash the bell, get everything. What you would normally do here. Go over there and do that for him as well, and that little Sargon chap too. And
are we just hoping that if we keep ironically saying that these channels are smaller than us, that when we eventually do get bigger, we can look back on these
we can unironically say that.
I'm not saying I'm planning that in any way, shape, or form, but it'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be fucking awesome if that were the case. These guys make actual money and stuff. That would be lovely. Yeah. Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, look at the foreshadowing from the... They clearly knew. Yeah.
We're just lucky. That good.
Yeah.
We're 2 people watching currently.
Uh-huh.
We must be really encountering.
No, the people, they don't know at the present that the algorithm is not working for us at this point.
Not yet. We have to make one good video or stream where it just captivates.
I don't know. Has anyone, if you got a pet, you don't mind dressing up as Stalin or something?
I mean, no, my cat's already black. We could get that.
Your cat's black. Great. We can talk about cat racism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll get promoted.
I mean, can we have Pinochet Pup? Would Pinochet Pup be?
Pinochet Pup.
Would that be edgy enough to get us famous and arrested?
No, I kind of don't want to get arrested.
I don't want to be arrested. That doesn't sound fun. Prison sounds scary. Shall we?
Well, you gave me an excellent segue to talk about how much better I am than you as an American, and I can say these things. America.
Pretty good for you, cunt. I can still call you a cunt, fortunately.
Yeah.
Yes.
For how much longer?
Yes, but I can declare that the Jews did 9/11. I might get assassinated, but I won't get in legal trouble.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you'll get us kicked off YouTube.
Christ, you bastard. I'm gonna fucking... Right, and on that bombshell, literally... Good night.
On that building collapse.
On that plane crash.
Right, yeah. See you
still
soon.
think that's what did it?